So, wait a minute. There you go. There's an okay. Okay. So, everybody, this is May 15th, 2024. That's it. Continue your breath. Important. Good. And so come together, palms together, and begin tuning. What are we doing? Tuning up?
In.
Yes, tuning up. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Oh. Good. Keep up with the breath. Heart breath. Good. And Baba Siri Chand, first of all, he's saying that if you were doing mantra, he says, use that with Guru, wait a minute, Guru Ramdas. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Somebody? How
Guru,
do you say?
Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru.
Yes, do that again. We'll do that again.
Guru, Wahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru.
Guru. Yeah, do it 3 more times.
Guru, Guru,
Ramdas
Guru.
Guru, Guru, Wahe
Guru,
Guru
Ramdas Guru,
Guru,
Guru
Guru
Ramdas Guru, Guru. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, so now, today, Baba Siri Chand says blessing, BLESSING. Also, just bless, BLESS. And I asked Baba Siri Chand how we might have done that before, but that's what he says for now. That's bless and blessing. Okay, so do meditation for 3 minutes and begin. And inhale, exhale, and continue heart breath. Okay. Again, Paul, are you
Yes,
ready?
yes, ma'am. I felt a almost an immediate shift when I moved into the space of blessing,
Mm.
and I'm really grateful for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Guru's grace. Just it felt like I was uh, enveloped in Guru's grace. I didn't have to ask for it. I just invoked it, like you said, blessing, bless. And then I heard, don't forget to stay in that space of blessing as you come to other people, as you are in the world, And if you do come out of that space of blessing, just bring yourself right back to it. No judgment. But the space of blessing, it just shifted my inner, my whole inner landscape, from feeling somewhat disconnected, somewhat maybe confused, some of the negative emotions, and the blessing is much the frequency, and the power of it is much stronger than all of that I just learned. And wow, I feel like, even though it's a damp, dreary, rainy day, I feel grateful. And so I'm in this space of blessing, and that's where miracles happen. And I am going to do my level best to stay in that space. So I'm grateful to Guru Ram Dass, wanting to certainly carry on his work with in the world, and less fearful of the future, what might happen in the fall, etc. Less fearful, and stronger, and feeling, a Guru's grace, kind of like, as that song, "The Wind Beneath My Wings," the sort of like, you know guiding me along. And I really don't have to do much except allow that, and stop worrying, and stop the what ifs, and just allow Guru's grace to carry me. So thank you for that. That was very, very helpful.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. It totally is amazing.
Okay, so that's for allowing and being in the presence of blessing. Is that right?
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
That's the best. Good. Thank you, dear.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Gian Das Prem.
Satnam, blessing, yeah. Very familiar. What the reminder is for me and with Baba is the coming together, like with the blessing. When we notice what we're with and who we are, we have that ability to bring that with us. And like Agya Paul said, there's sort of a returning of a reminder of ourselves, right, of that truth that is within us. And from my experience in the practice, there's that softening inside of the body, right, and that coming into the joy of celebrating our body, of being able to move a little bit more freely with our mind and body, which allows just the reminder of that blessing and the noticing of that blessing. That when we come back to that returning, that we're building upon that, and that comes back to our breath, and the Guru Wahi Guru Ram Dass Guru, we're noticing, and we're sort of thanking, right? Somebody that allowed us to notice this practice of that selflessness, and the return of that, how we're here working with the elements everything here, that we're working in this spiritual metaphysical world, right? That this is our base here, where we're practicing that blessing of how the earth does what it does in this just such amazing way, right? With all these materials that we're here with, that we're part of, that we become part of again. But yeah, so, and then it comes right to that Waheguru of the celebrating of that now, which is within the blessing, I think, that we can carry with us, that we have that ability to, to notice the hunger in other people, that if we know where the food is and how to prepare the food, then we're able to bring that gift forward, which is, yeah, and that can be our continued celebration, right, of the nourishment of the nature of this blessing that we're so somehow blindly guided here to, you know, notice all that and be able to sit here in a sense of, openness of this Waheguru. Yeah. And through that mantra, the celebration, like for me, and noticing when I see the wow of the flower notices me, I notice the flower, I walk up to the flower, I sit down by the water, I close my eyes for a while, I open my eyes and I see all of these bugs just look like they're coming out of the water. Are they dragonflies? Are they, swimming water flies, or what are they? But they're just there, and all of a sudden I can just hear this music playing, my favorite song, or what has the strings, right, that pull at my heart, that create that tapestry, right? That's back to the transformation of that, the chrysalis, and then into the butterfly, of the wings of the coming up, right, and the celebration of that, yeah. And back to that Waheguru of noticing how much we can notice when we come into that blessing of that. And yeah, the vibration of noticing that there are billions of us here now, that we are approaching the ability of the age of sharing without, the caring of what we're holding on to for our possessions and whatnot. So there's a realization in that blessing that we're coming to in that Waheguru, right? So yeah, where we draw the line, and just there's no physical things going on. There's just the open communication of that, the willingness to be here with what we are all created from and here with now. So yeah, Vaheguru, the simplicity, back to that again. And yeah, from the strength of that all the way through, that blessing allows us to complete that circle, to back to the Vaheguru with the thank you and the blessing of that. Yeah, seeing the bugs dance and whatnot, and noticing. Yeah, and all in that breath of, okay, and then I go, Vaheguru. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. With the bugs and the blessing. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Vaheguru.
Yeah. Okay, so how about Sahesh?
Morning. I love the Guru Ram Dass mantra and meditation, and I just kind of went into that with the, kind of holding the notion of what is blessing, and the feeling that I got, or the understanding that came to me, is that I was thinking of both receiving blessing and also our ability to bless other people, and how kind of the idea is like, we think of the air around us that we're breathing in. It's just a natural part of our process that we breathe. But there's this, this is the best I can explain this, how it's as if we imagine that there's properties in the air that sustain us, or elements in the air that we're breathing that sustain us, and all we have to do is like open our lungs and take it in and breathe, and it's there for us. And it's kind of the same idea with the blessings of, the universe, the creator, however you want to think about that, that it is all there for us. This upliftment, this grace for our lives that we can simply open up to just by our awareness, and it's there, I guess, whether we're even conscious of it.
So you're saying open to blessings?
Yeah, just that we just can open our awareness to it, because it's around us all the time. It's for us all the time, just like the air is. That has become, there's a part of us that it's there, our breathing simply automatic. And so the air is there, and so we breathe it, but we can also consciously breathe. And that can shift our awareness. And it's the same with the blessings. It's not like you have to do a certain thing or you have to be in a certain space of consciousness in order to receive blessings. It is there for us. However, if we put our awareness on it, we can make ourselves more open, and we can be more subtly aware of what's there for us. And that also it is given to us to bless other beings by, like, the heart breath that we do, and by simply, like, I sometimes really struggle when I see people suffering, people, clearly without resources or without homes, and suffering in the elements here. And what I find is, I remind myself that I can send energy to them, as well as doing whatever I can do, socially. But in the moment, instead of feeling despair, I remember that I can intend blessings for that person. I can ask for that on behalf of that person, and I can send my own energy in that direction. And that's a way that we can bless each other. Because all of this that's given to us is also something that we can pass along. Yeah, and then the double benefit of that is, not only can you send uplifting energy towards a person, but it uplifts the giver, because it's understandable to despair, but when you know there is something you can do, even if it's not a total solution, it's something you can do. And so that's something that you can keep. It's uplifting for the giver as well as the receiver. I guess that's the simple way to put it. Yeah.
Okay. This is important. Okay. And with that, how about what you were talking about? How about others, like Republicans with Trump?
Right. Exactly. So remembering, you can send heart breath. Anyone can send heart breath to anything that causes aggravation in the spirit. And it will help alleviate that aggravation, because it brings us to a more neutral place. You can do that. You can be furious with someone, or you can be in despair about something. But if you can remember to send heart breath or intend blessing as a course correction, maybe for that person, it has the effect of reminding us that we do have power in any situation. And sometimes that power is simply to bless the situation and ask for its upliftment. And in a way, it also takes the personal notion that we're responsible for fixing all the things, takes it away, because it's handing it over. It's saying what I have to give, I give to the situation. I bless the situation. And I'm also asking the creator or the universe, or however you want to think of it, I'm asking for that universal flow to enter the situation.
Okay.
On my behalf.
Okay.
And then,
now, excuse me. I have found that people with Republicans, with Trumps, they have, because they know about Fox TV, and they have found that this is their great their understanding and great fervor. And so what are we saying about Baba Siri Chand and Guru Ram Das and so on? What are we saying about blessing for them? Are we
just
deciding to get them become different, or is there something else that's happening?
my understanding is, especially when we're so emotionally invested in opposition to something, to ask for the blessing for that situation, then we can take our hands off the wheel because we're not driving. And just allow. I've asked for the blessing. I now trust that what transpires from here.
Are you saying you are within neutral?
Yep. Because because then my emotions, or I may know that my emotions are too caught up in it. I'm just asking, the universal flow to enter the situation, and I know the universal flow is neutral, and I'm asking for a course correction. What is, whatever is the highest good, or however we ask for it. And then the hard part is taking your hands off the wheel and trusting that will be so.
Wow. Okay. I'm just writing down. Take away.
Take your hands off the wheel.
Okay. Sounds good.
It does.
Okay. So then, does this mean that the people around Democrats are going to be upset about Democrats, or also with Trump? When you do that, what happens?
Well, I'm taking my hands off the wheel. I don't know. I would like a course correction for the Democrats as well. I would like a course correction. That's my personal view. My prayer is simply that the situation the entire situation be addressed.
Say it again.
That the situation be addressed for the highest good for all. Because if we it's a very human to want a certain outcome, and to think that we understand what the mechanism is that will bring that about. But we may have a skewed point of view, and we may not know the subtleties of it. We still have to do our social justice work.
Uh-huh.
and do what we understand to be best. But when it comes to asking for the blessing, I mean, we're talking about political mechanisms that really have many moving parts, and it's not good guys, bad guys. It's a complex situation with a lot of self-interest on the parts of all parties, and this is, I mean, from my point of view, this is what I'm thinking. The best thing in my point of view is I do what I can do in my sphere. I ask for blessing in this situation for the whole picture.
Mm.
I ask for, hearts to be opened and for
Mhm.
consciousness to be cleared, and then
Oh.
what will spring from there, I can't imagine. I don't know why I'm thinking of this funny little Irish blessing.
Okay. Little leprechauns, huh?
Well, I'm trying to something that will, may those that love us love us. For those do not, let me think of this. May those that love us love us.
Ah,
For those that do
wonderful.
not love us, may their hearts be turned. And if their hearts can't be turned, turn their ankles so we'll know them by their limping, or something like that.
Funny. Okay.
That kind of thing. I think
Okay. So then I'm asking again, what about Trump? Has that one ever won for president, or has the like January 6th with the warring for, could that be during the change to Aquarian? Do you understand what that?
yeah. That is all part of the upheaval of the shift between in this kind of change of the ages. Is that what you're meaning?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I say we pray for blessing for something, and we don't necessarily know what the mechanisms will be.
Uh-huh.
And they might not look like what we think of as the ideal outcome, but we don't know what is unfolding.
There
And
you
so
go.
that may all be part of it.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Because, I have, let's see, our book, Guru Granth Sahib, has said that everything is God. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Whoops. How about that?
Yeah.
Between Israelis and Palestinian. And how about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, God bless you, dear.
God bless
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And can I jump in here just 1 second?
No, because this is your turn.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's your turn.
I already went.
She can
that's
go.
Agia
She can go.
Paul.
That's Agia.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Agia
I'm sorry.
Paul, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I love listening to Sahaj, and one of the things that just came to me as I was sitting with Guru Ram Das is, in my heart, it's heavy because Jimmy Carter, I don't think there's any coincidence here that Jimmy Carter is getting ready to pass on.
Oh my goodness.
Jimmy Carter, to me, is a holy man. And when he passes, I think that he's going to be uh blessing and helping and sort of steering the course towards in love for us all. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
Well, you know what? And within a few days ago, I heard the same thing.
Uh-huh.
How about that?
Mm. Wow.
So
Okay. So
here's that blessing.
mm-hmm.
God
Mm-hmm.
bless you.
Yes. God bless
Okay.
him.
Thank you.
Mm.
Okay. Japa Saraswati.
But no, so the first thing that came to me, and y'all are gonna have to imagine a lot of mudras for this message today. But like if you think about Leonard Nimoy hands, for Dr. Spock, in Judaism, there's the priestly blessing, and the priest holds his hands kind of up, kind of around his ears, above his ears, and he holds his hands in the Leonard Nimoy Spock hands, but they're not that far apart. They're pretty close together fingers, and that's called the priestly blessing. And that it that it says, may the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace.
Oh,
And that's there's so much meaning in it, but we're going to glaze over it a little bit because what for me it's more so about is about the mudra. And so like part of what's important about that mudra and that blessing is about the chakra at the center of the hand showing, where like that's where Jesus's stigmata was. And it
okay.
also
Japa Saraswati, can you put that on video to show that for the mudra?
sure. I'm in the car. So
Oh,
this is the mudra, like
oh,
Dr.
okay.
But it's kind of a little bit close. It's not, so when they're up like this, it looks like they're just showing two hands, but like, and it's where Dr. Spock got the idea for the
Oh, yes, exactly.
it's where he got the idea for it. And so the first part of the message though, so it's about the center of the palm. So Jesus got stigmata right here. And when your arm is extended, not even when your arm is extended, but there's a nadi, an energy pathway through the body, like a meridian, that connects that chakra to the heart. And that's why the priestly blessing comes from there, is that the blessings come from the heart. And so also it's the same thing, like when we clean something or when we polish something, we are taking that chakra that's connected to our heart. Like if you brush your hair, or if you pet your pet, pet a cat or a dog, um, or if you take care of a baby, or if you give somebody a massage, you're rubbing that chakra um, all over. And it's the same thing like if you sweep the floor or if you polish the floor, it's an extension of that chakra, of like spreading that energy that comes from your heart. And so like I used to be very, very fastidious practicer about when I would clean, especially when I would sweep. I would be chanting, and like when you do these tasks, for me, it helped me to, like Sahaj was saying about realigning. It felt for me about realigning with that internal blessing place. But I think there are more mudras in this, you guys. So there are other, like Baba then was kind of showing me about the entendre of blessing, about like asking for somebody's blessing, or like the priest blessing the marriage, or like also bless his heart, bless her heart. Um, there are so many. So asking for somebody's blessing is like, maybe they don't even, maybe they might not want to give it to you, you know, like, or maybe you don't feel like blessing them, but you're asking for a benediction. You're asking for that energy coming forward from the heart chakra. And that was what I kept on seeing in this message from Baba today, was a repeat of that. And I feel that there's more, but it's not coming to me right now. So if somebody else has more to say, then I'm good with that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Do you want to talk any more about that?
Well, I feel that there's there's another part of the message, but it's really not coming up right now. There's a whole other half of it. But it's like, it's not coming up right at this moment.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So maybe everybody just meditate and find the other part of that for blessing. So everybody just feel that for meditation for 1 minute, and we'll see what that second thing is. Continue. And inhale and
Bubba
continue.
reminded me what it was. So it's
Oh,
more about the mudras, but like Sahaj was saying about blessing other people. So I saw this great glyph outside of a Hindu temple, um, that shows the meanings for when you make namaskar hands, when you make prayer hands. And so like they'll often put the prayer hands first to the forehead, and then to the mouth, and then to the heart center. That's like one thing that they do. And in yoga, I really think of that as, oh, well, so I'll explain it first. So there's like an L shaped line of energy that comes down from the divine that attaches to like the top of your fingertips. And when you bring it to the forehead, you basically take that energy from the thumbs direct it into your third eye area. And when you bring it to your mouth, the thumbs direct it to your mouth area. And the same thing when you bring it to your heart, like when you tuck your knuckles into your ribs a little bit, it brings it into your heart. So like I really reflect on this as like a blessing for my thoughts, and like for my thought forms, and in that way also a blessing for like using words in the right way, using kind words, and yeah, not taking up too much space with the words, not abusing the words, not yelling with the words. And then also at the heart space, this one's more complex because it's like the actions that we do with our hands and our arms and our own blessing chakra. And so we have this L-shaped energy, though, that it's like this relationship between us and the divine. And so when we want to receive blessings, it's that chakra where Jesus got the stigmata chakra. When those two chakras on both hands press together, like it makes this magical little space in the palms, in between the two palms, and the energy can like grow and move. And it's coming from our heart space. And it's also this relationship with the divine, that like the divine is coming down in this L-shaped area from the tops of our fingers, and it goes into our heart space. But also, like Sahaj was saying, we can send that energy out to bless other people. So like even and so that's like, it's really, you can, I'm sure you all know this, but you can take that energy from, oh, I want to pray for this person who was just in an accident and they're healing. And you don't have to hold your hands in that way, but if you want to, you can hold your hands in that way. And it basically directs your energy up through the divine, and then the divine like magically carries it down to the person that you're sending blessing energy to. And
Saraswati, would you
yeah,
please, for video, to see that mudra again? For
okay.
this,
Can you see me? There's
yeah, go.
I'm at a park and I can hear the police station is nearby, but you would do like this, or maybe it's the fire station, and then to the mouth, and then to the heart center. But it's when your fingers are really like pointing upward, and you can collect the energy in between the two palms, and the energy, it's like there's an energy line coming up, um, um, and that
Are you
connects.
are you saying from the third eye? And
No, it's from the divine. I mean, but it's part of it. For me, it's part of it. It's like, that was another thing that Baba reminded me of during this meditation, was like the Balasana is the baby pose that always reminds me of Baba Siri Chand, because his disciples, or not his disciples, but people in his lifetime called him Bale because he looked like a little boy. But when you do Balasana and your forehead is on the ground, you're getting a blessing on that same area, on the same third eye. And it's the same thing when you bow to the Guru. It's like receiving Amrit when your third eye area touches the earth. And it's the same thing when you bring your palms to your forehead center. You're getting that blessing that from your fingers pointing up to the divine, and it brings it from the divine. It carries down in an L shape into your head, into your third eye area. And so that's like part of the blessing that comes from your heart, is for me, like when you get all of those other three blessings aligned, but then you're praying. So like you're in prayer hands. The prayer hands are receiving the blessing from the divine and helping you to amplify it and receive it, and then you can send it out. You can receive it and keep it all in yourself. You can receive it and you can send it out. Very much like Sahaj was saying.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, excuse me. And then the rest of you have also maybe heard for second ideas, like
I
what? Huh?
well,
Yes.
well,
Are there some others who want to talk about that?
Satnam, yes, this is Sahaj. Two things. Mostly I had the feeling when we started meditating again, and I just went back into the Guru Ram Dass mantra because I so love it. But I immediately had this ecstatic feeling.
Mm.
that's the best way I can describe it, where I can feel it in my whole body, like my heart just wants to keep expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding. And boy, I put a thought to it, but now I'm just back in how that feels. I think I think I was I was given that experience as a way to remind me that our capacity is endless, and that
Ooh.
the flow to us of these blessings is endless, and therefore it allows for us to have an endless capacity for compassion,
Mm-hmm.
and out of compassion we bless others. And I was two other things, when Japa Saraswati was speaking about, the sort of the mechanism of the energy going up and the divine taking that energy, or redirecting, or however. I remembered a story that I had read about, I've always been very interested in people that have near death experiences, as they're called, where people die and they leave their bodies, but for whatever reason they're redirected back to living. Uh, and one woman describes this experience where she actually died in an accident and was floating out of her body. And oh, this always chokes me up so much. Um, and she saw this, what she described as almost like blue sparks coming up out of a car back down the line from where her car was. And so she kind of floated over there to see, what is this blue sparkling stream that's coming up from this car. And it was the person in that car praying for everybody that was in the accident. And I just think that's so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, because it made it so concrete that that she could see the energy. And I try to remember that, because there are times where we pray, or we intend, or we request blessing, and we're doing it because that's what we've learned to do, but we don't necessarily, for whatever reason in that exact moment, really even believe that it's real. You know what I mean? Like, you can be in a place of despair or confusion or whatever and do this almost like as a habit, and not even be fully remembering or believing that this is a real thing. And so I remember that story. um,
Mm-hmm.
it's real.
Okay.
Therefore you can bless anybody. You can see an
Amazing.
ambulance and say Waheguru, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So again, that's for Trump and uh, other people, Republicans, right?
Yeah, because it costs us nothing, and we're just requesting assistance, and we
Mm-hmm.
don't even need to know an outcome. We're just saying, while this feels out of balance, please bless this situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. And before, I'll give Paul, can you say a little bit of what you said? Because I didn't, ugh, I didn't write it. So now do it again, please.
Uh, when what I originally said,
No, the second way.
oh, it came to me very strongly, heart center, that Jimmy Carter, is that what
Oh,
the Jimmy Carter is leaving his body,
mm-hmm.
and he has been. And I feel it's just not been, it's not a coincidence that he is someone who is a man of grace, of prayer, and that bestowing many blessings on us as he leaves his body. Yeah, that's kind of what I said. And and I trust that there's something in me that trusts his his wisdom, his guidance, and that he's being guided. He's always kind of been, with Habitat for Humanity, he's been really it chokes me up too. It's like he's a guidepost for me, devoting his life to others. Yeah, so that's what I said secondly.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Let's see. And now, Gian das Prem, was there something else that you wanted to talk about for that second meditation?
Satnam. Meridian points of the body that we have. We are like this electrical system, right, that has all these meridian points. And I was brought right to Satanama and how we touch our fingers and we just go into this rhythm where we say Satanama. We followed that mantra, and I'm being called to notice our body as a whole and how it looks, the cutaway view of the veins and the muscles and how they all correlate to parts of our body. And when we tap, in the Catholic religion, what I learned was there were certain times that we would notice a person or a prayer that was old, and we would tap on our forehead, and then we would tap on our mouths, and then they would sort of just use their hand. I would tap on my mouth, and then I would tap on my heart. And I've brought that to a new sense of, I think what I say, does it come from my heart? Does my heart come out of my mouth with what I say, with what correlates to my brain, and then mix it all through to sort of make it have a combination of what we're here with and what makes us. And coming back into that way of being, right, of accepting that there are billions and billions of people. Some of them have no money at all and want to give everything that they have to other people without charging them any money, without asking for anything in return. And I think that if we notice that we're one of billions, but at the same time we have trillions and trillions of lives living inside of our body, that we have these little fingers here and things that some of us can use our eyes, some of us can use our mouths, some of us can use our ears. We can feel with our body that we're here in this realm, right? Of this way that we're doing this Waheguru, of learning to coming back to that full circle of knowing of the correction that we will come to when we leave this body, that we are part of what is all here, right? So we'll come to that point of sharing where the caring will be more than the sharing, right? So that we don't have to find a way of sharing if everything is open to that communication of what is happening around us. And I think when we come back to noticing that body and that the water, sleep, and vital food, the gut microbiome, that this vibe of internal way makes our aura, that we can touch the parts of our body to try to heal that. If we have a certain amount of pain, that pain, it will go away eventually. But back to that Waheguru, yeah. And noticing of the coming together of the hands, and when we rub together our hands and move our body around, we come back to our breath and noticing that it can become easier if we practice our breath and we come into that way of back to the blessing of the prayer and that of that Waheguru. So Waheguru, and thank you, Baba Siri Chand. And I recommend Voice of an Angel for Guru Waheguru Guru Ram Das Guru. It's very angelic, and I'm really trying to work on it now because it's like a whisper and a scream sing type of thing, like angelic. It's Sat Avtar, and I can put it in the messages. I just need to share it. It's really a beautiful version. It's about 31 minutes long.
Will you text it to me, and then I'll add it to the video as well, or I'll add it in the description box of the video.
I will. I can listen to it because I fly. Sometimes I fly and I fly across country, and I'll just listen to it over and over because it just literally sounds to me like angels bringing me across the country on a spaceship. But so does Super Tramp Live in Paris 72. I like to listen to that over and over again too. Waheguru, thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Can I ask something? Because what I want to ask is for us to send a blessing to Nora, who is our angel who sometimes joins us. And I haven't been able to get in touch with her for a couple of weeks now, and something different has happened with her phone in the last 2 weeks. But I feel a little bit concerned about her because she had health concerns, and she was really sad when her doggy died last year. Like, she was just absolutely emotionally wrecked when this dog was her whole entire thing. And my heart just broke for her. And so I was wondering if we could send like a blessing to her for a minute for her health, because I can't seem to get in touch with her.
Exactly. That will be wonderful. So we will have 1 minute for heart breath, and then we will sing the ending. Okay? Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. So let's begin. Inhale and beginning. And lead the song with Agya Paul.
Hey. May the long
sun shine upon
you.
All around you.
And
love
you
life
within
within you.
Guide
your way on.
Guide
your way on.
Guide
your way on. Inhale. Love you all. Bless you. And
Bless
bless
you.
especially right now for Nora. God
Yes.
bless you all.
Right.
Love you.
Thank
Love
you.
you too. Sat Nam.
Love you.
Adam.
Love you all.
So